folks, it's Mrs. Hines here. I just wanted to show you a quick Halloween animation that we're going to do in class today. I have to do it with the Peanuts Halloween. So when I play this game, to show you what it does, I have a character that moves randomly from side to side. So that one uses the go to and glide commands, also the random number command. And then Snoopy, the Great Pumpkin, is able to move up and down, left and right with the keys, the up, down, left, right keys. And then when the two sprites touch each other, there's an interaction where the witch changes how it looks. If you're able to catch more than 5 witches, you've leveled up, so the stage changes background. And then you have a total of 60 seconds. So the timer starts at 60 and then counts its way down. So you can play this game either way, where you can challenge your friends to either collect more witches or avoid the witches. You can hook this up to the makey using the left, right, up, and down options. And then I have it so at the very end of the game, when the timer gets to 0, it'll change one last time, and the background will change, and one of the characters will tell you how many witches you caught. So this goes through and says that I caught 19 witches. So let me just show you how I did that. So the first thing to do is to save all of your images to a local drive that you can access, either your Google Drive or your drive on the computer. So I brought in under stage, I brought in my first stage, which is this, and then I have my game over stage where it's getting yelled at, and then my level 2 is there at the party. I also have 2 sprites, so I have Lucy as my one sprite. I did make a second sprite, so if I wanted to, I could have it change costumes. And then I have my Snoopy, which only just has the 1. So the Lucy sprite or character, that script is pretty simple. So if you've done the ones in the past under scripts, or I should say the Snoopy script is a simple one. So if you're pressing a key like the up or down arrows, it's going to change Y. And if you're going right or left, it'll change X. So this is awesome because you can hook it up to your makey. The Lucy script is obviously a little bit more complicated, but let me just run through it for you. That'll be pretty simple to understand. So one of the first things I brought in is the timer. I did that under data. You can make yourself variables. You can set these to certain things, and then you can have them change. So what I did is I made the variable, and I named it timer, and I set it to 60. And I just did a simple forever loop saying change the time by -1 every second. So it'll start at 60, then count its way down to 0. Then we'll go back to what happens at the end over here. This set of code right here is just telling the witch to glide from one side to another. So I have it starting off in a positive X, so somewhere on the right side of the screen, and it's going to pick a random Y. So it's going to pick a random position on the Y axis up and down. So somewhere over here it will start. And then it will glide to another place on the left hand of the screen. And that's going to happen because X is a negative. And then it's still a random. So this is nice because if it just went back and forth, you'd be able to, obviously tell where the witch was going to be. And this way it's a little bit more varied on where it ends up. So then let's bring to this. This is where I say if the witch touches another sprite, in this case Snoopy, it's going to change how it looks. So that's why the witch whirls. I just played around with this number right here, 15. That seems to look okay. If it's not touching Snoopy, I have it clear the graphic effect. So then nothing will appear to be happening. If after a certain amount of time I catch more than 5 witches, I'm going to have my character let the user know that I've reached level 2. And I'm going to use this thing called broadcast. This is basically sending a message within the program. So I'm going to say broadcast level 2 and then stop this script. Otherwise, it'll keep saying level 2 and I only want that to happen once. So after I broadcast level 2, it will jump down here. You notice here, it does not start with a green flag. So this will not begin until after I've reached 5 witches. And then it's going to say, all right, you have to have at least 5. And if that happens and the time is less than a half second, so if it counted down, you're just going to say game over. And you're going to say you caught how many witches, because that's just a variable that I can plug in there. So if I caught, 26 witches, it would say you caught 26 witches here. That's really all there is to it. The stage just has a simple, when I first click the green flag, it's going to look like this, versus level 2, looks like that, and then my game over screen looks like that. If I have not shown you already, when you're in scripts, if you ever need to just clean up, it'll organize things nice. Just make sure that you're saving often and frequently in case you happen to have Wi-Fi issues or connectivity. You want to save all the time. So if you want to make an animation that has to do with Halloween, feel free to do so. Enjoy.